Hi boys and girls, this is Friday's lesson. We're still continuing our writing on our sensory poem. You picked a food or some kind of a topic, and as I said before, you can use the ice cream sheets, or you can use your own writing sheets to do this. So we're on page 3 of our online step-by-step lessons plan on how to do this. On their sheet, they were writing about the bunnies. So at this point, they've already written their sentences, and now they're adding some adjectives in. And you can see in the black is where they added those describing words about some of the sentences that they wrote. So instead of a bouncy bunny, they wrote a bouncy baby bunny on the grass. Instead of just fur, I feel his fluffy fur. So that gives you a bigger idea in your head, a bigger picture of what the author or the poet is actually saying in this one. So I've already made the corrections and added some adjectives to my sentences that was on our rough draft here of our poem. Again, the ice cream one is a different sheet, but this one is the blank one that you could have wrote any other kind of topic on. So on my looks like sentence, it looks like clouds, I added puffy white clouds because that gives me a better idea of what the clouds might be like. They're kind of puffy and white, just like popcorn looks. On the it feels like bumpy, I just left that one because I think bumpy is a pretty good describing word in and of itself. Up here, where it sounds like, I added firecracker. It sounds like little firecracker pops going off. When you hear the popcorn popping, pop, 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 it sounds like a firecracker to me. And under it tastes like, I added yummy because butter is always a yummy thing to add to most foods. And smells like a movie theater, I just left that one. So I added a couple into the ones that needed it. And then as you write your final copy, if you're doing your ice cream one, then you're going to be adding those to the ice cream scoops. You're going to add your words directly onto these, and then you've got your little scoop, or your cone, excuse me, that you can put those on and then cut them out, color around the words, and then you can put that together to make your ice cream cone. If you're not doing the ice cream cone, then you can just do it on a piece of writing paper like we've used for our writing in the past. Okay, so since I'm doing popcorn, not the ice cream, I'm going to transfer these sentences onto my final copy. I'm going to make sure my words are spelled correctly. I added my adjectives in to make it very interesting for the reader to read. And then I'm just going to copy those directly over to my sheet. And I started out with the word popcorn so that my reader knows what I'm talking about, what my topic is. Popcorn looks like puffy white clouds. And my next one was feels like bumpy. So I put it feels like bumpy nuggets because they're like each one's a little bumpy nugget of popcorn. It sounds like little firecracker pops. So that's exactly what I wrote. It sounds like little firecrackers popping. It tastes like yummy butter. It tastes like yummy butter. It smells like a movie theater. It smells like a movie theater. So you can see I've written those correctly. I'm using my good handwriting, my spacing between my words. My adjectives or describing words like puffy and white or bumpy or yummy. I'm putting those in there to make that an interesting poem to read, and it gives it a lot of those feelings, those senses that we would think about when we're reading the poem. And then of course at the end, I've also got my illustration of my popcorn. So on yours, if you do the ice cream, then you're actually making the ice cream cone, so you don't need to draw a picture. But if you're using this writing paper, then it'd be a good idea to make an illustration for your poem as well. And then at the top, of course, I've got my title, Popcorn Sensory Poem. Okay, that's about it. I hope that you had a good time writing your poem. If you'd like to turn this in, I would love to read it. It's not required, it's optional, but you can turn yours in and email it to me, or you can take a picture on Seesaw and turn it in on your journal, because I always love to read your writing, you know that. So whenever you're ready to turn it in, just turn it in to me. You don't have to, but I would love to read it. Good luck writing your poem.